Hi, my name is Jim Kowalski, and I'm the Executive Director at Jacksonville Area Legal Aid, and I'm also a member of Florida's Access to Justice Commission. We are working on a project that will hopefully make the civil justice system more usable and more workable for all Floridians. And part of that is developing a triaging gateway that will allow folks to get online help and be placed with resources who can assist them. If you can afford a lawyer, we'll find you a lawyer you can afford. If you can't afford a lawyer, we will hopefully be able to connect you to civil legal aid and other resources that may assist. So let's start with the issue. We know that navigating the civil justice system can be very confusing. If you just simply do a Google search, you can get significant numbers of drop-down options that will point you in all sorts of different ways. But what's the result? We know that the vast majority of civil cases have at least one unrepresented litigant. In other words, one person who's trying to navigate the system without the help of a lawyer. In family law cases in Florida, at least 80% of such cases have at least one person in that case who is trying to get through the family law case, work on child support, work on child custody, work on alimony without the assistance of an attorney. So what are we developing? We are building, in essence, a virtual control tower. The control tower works just like a control tower in an airport. In the same way that passengers fly in on different airlines and move throughout an airport to their destination, we'll be building a virtual statewide triage gateway that will connect people coming in on all sorts of airlines. Some of them will come in on the State Bar's lawyer referral system. Some of them will come in through internet searches. Some folks will come in simply because they came to their local clerk's office and asked for assistance. Some of them will be directed there by judicial officers or by other court personnel, and some of them will come in through legal aid. These sorts of triaging gateway, which are new in this country, and Florida's is the most advanced to date, are a way to seamlessly connect people who have problems with assistance to help them navigate those problems through the civil justice system. Where do we route traffic? We have local community partners, housing counselors, domestic violence counselors, all critical parts that are not lawyers. We have lawyers in legal aid lawyers that provide direct representation, and the thousands of private lawyers that donate hundreds of thousands of pro bono hours. We will have robust document assembly tools. If you choose to represent yourself, we will make it easy for you to navigate through developing your own pleadings. The clerk of court, all throughout the state, our 67 clerks already have significant resources. Those will be added to, and we'll have further self-help articles that can help you navigate. This will all be available through smartphone technology. We know, for example, that a significant number, well over 80% of folks that use legal aid services access the internet through their smartphones. And these sorts of tools are easy to develop using the smartphone technology. Let's give you an example of how an expert system will work. Florida's pilot program, which is being developed in Clay County, uses expert systems developed by a company called Logic. And I'm going to play for you a little bit of an introduction to an expert system that Logic put together so that you can see the power of these algorithms to look at the complexity of the problem and combine that with the capacity of the user and the power of computing systems to move the solution much closer.
Hi everyone, this is Kevin Mulcahy of Neotologic, and welcome to our video, Introduction to Neotologic Expert Systems. We define expert systems as apps that replicate the thinking and actions of an expert on a specific question or task. TurboTax is a good example. It asks questions of the user, reaches conclusions, and provides a customized output to the user. TurboTax and other expert systems enable many people to benefit from the expertise and judgment of experts anytime, anywhere, and cost-effectively. And importantly for you as an expert, expert systems create leverage, and they do it at internet scale. So that's the big picture on expert systems. Now let's get more specific about the types of expert systems you can create with Neotologic. You can create a system that focuses on one of these functions, or more commonly, it'll combine two or more. In the analysis and advice category, you can create systems that address questions like these. They require a fact-specific analysis, and your system needs to be able to explain how it reached its ultimate conclusion. In the category of intake and assessment, there are systems like those shown here. These guide users through an efficient process of collecting data, evaluating facts and issues, and recommending actions to the user and the supporting experts. Intelligent workflow systems are sessions that can run for days, weeks, or even longer, where rules are applied and messages are sent to multiple parties who contribute to the system, and when all the facts are gathered, reasoning is completed and the workflow is completed. And finally, we have document automation systems, which can leverage the extensive and deep reasoning capabilities of Neotologic to produce documents of many types, including complex legal documents. So those are the four functions that Neotologic systems can serve. Now let's look at some example Neotologic systems. The first app we'll look at is this one, the Collateral Directed Advisor. It's developed by a global law firm for investment bankers who are required to get a legal opinion before executing a certain type of transaction. The system has 1,200 rules, covers more than 4 million fact patterns, and as a result of its use, the bankers have saved and generated a lot of money because these instant legal opinions are facilitating transactions that could otherwise not take place. We'll go through a sample session here. We'll say the jurisdiction is France. The type of entity is credit institution. Collateral is cash. Here we have a drop-down list with 80 items in it, so you can see a lot of potential values for this particular variable. Let's choose Boolean option cash settled. And that brings us to our report. The report is presented by the bank's credit risk management team, and it provides an explicit conclusion, a high-level explanation regarding the legal analysis that was conducted. The report also contains some contact information to the credit risk management team, which has received a copy of this report and can provide collaboration if needed. There's a transcript and the opportunity to download this report in a variety of formats. That's the Collateral Directed Advisor, a very deep and extensive legal analysis that's been conducted in less than a minute.
All right, so you can see, using that example, the immense power of these systems. And Neotos is just one example. As the speaker mentioned, TurboTax is an easy example. But I think it's fair to say that we've never seen the power of these sorts of systems harnessed for an entire state. And that is a goal of the Commission. It's the goal of your Florida Supreme Court to take these sorts of tools, and remember, technology is never a solution. It is a tool to be harnessed for our use, and bring it to bear on making the civil justice system user-friendly for all Floridians. So, as I mentioned, where are we starting? The Gateway pilot will be launching in Clay County later this year. Clay was selected for a number of different reasons. The judiciary there is very supportive. We have an excellent court clerk whose office is also very supportive. She is very supportive as well, Tara Green. We'll be providing assistance in 2 topic areas that will allow us to study how these systems can apply to the civil justice network in Florida. And those 2 topic areas for the pilot will be family law and landlord-tenant issues. The program in New Mexico started this sort of system over 2 years ago, also using Neotologic as the core logic system, and Pro Bono Net, which is another company, as another partner. And when we finish the pilot later this year, we'll study the data, figure out whether we actually helped the folks going through the system. We'll be very heavily interested in whether the users the Clay County citizens that use their court system for help, how we can improve it, how we can change it, and then hopefully we'll be in a position starting in 2017 to look at a statewide application that will cover the many different types of civil justice issues that Floridians need assistance on. Look forward to giving you more news as we develop this further. Thank you.